Roadman, driving in the road van. Hey gang, what's happening? Happy Sunday afternoon to you all. Thought I'd pop on real quick to give you my thoughts on Myles Garrett doing an about face and deciding to stay with the Cleveland Browns. He is no different from a professional perspective, a business perspective, I guess is the better way to put it, than Deshaun Watson, right? Deshaun Watson said no to the Browns when they first made an offer to him because he didn't think it was enough money for him to go to Cleveland, an organization that wasn't known for winning. And so he said no at first. And what did the Browns do? The Browns came back and made him the highest paid player in NFL history with the most guaranteed money ever in NFL history, $230 million. And despite maybe not thinking the Browns were the best team he could go to or had the best chance to win, 230 million reasons will change your mind. And that's exactly what happened with Deshaun Watson and the Browns. Well, Myles Garrett, very similar situation, right? Myles Garrett already on the team, sees them go 3-14 this past year after a winless season in his first year. So 8 years on the team, Myles Garrett stated the obvious and stated a truthful fact that this team was not close to winning a Super Bowl. And guess what? They weren't moving even in the right direction to win a Super Bowl. All that was accurate, 100%. I agreed with Myles Garrett there. Now, the big question was he doing this because he really wanted out of Cleveland, or was he doing this to get the highest amount of money he could get, to become the highest paid defensive player in NFL history? And the Browns doubled down saying they weren't going to trade him. He doubled down saying he wanted out of there because he didn't like the direction the team was going and he wanted to play for a Super Bowl contender, and the Browns weren't. Well, guess what? Money wins out again. Money talks and all the other stuff walks, man. Give an athlete enough money, they're going to say yes and take the money and deal with the consequences of winning and losing with that team after the fact. And so the Browns made Myles Garrett the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history, averaging about $40 million a year, $123 million guaranteed. Let this sink in though. That's $100 million less than Deshaun Watson got, guaranteed, right? Basically, give or take a few million. $100 million less, but for a defensive end, Clutch Sports, that's who represents Myles Garrett, they got him the richest defensive contract in NFL history. Clutch Sports can now use that, put that on their resume to recruit other players to come sign with them. Myles Garrett gets the guaranteed money. He's set for life. Whether the Browns win or lose, maybe that eases the pain of getting $123 million guaranteed. So, take it for what it's worth. Does Myles Garrett care more about winning or about money? Well, based on what he told us, starting February 3rd when he demanded a trade, and now here we are, second week of March, money was more important than going to a team that actually had a chance to win, because the Browns have not done anything since he demanded a trade to make you believe that they have a chance of being a Super Bowl contender this year or in the next 2 or 3 years. Nothing. They've done absolutely nothing to change Myles Garrett's mind. The only thing that changed Myles Garrett's mind was the guaranteed $123 million. If it were me, I've said this before on the Kenny and JT show on 1480 WHBC on the Reg Eye and Roda podcast. If I were the Browns, I would have traded Myles Garrett and gotten as many draft picks, first-round picks as possible and started the rebuild, because I don't think the Browns are close to being a Super Bowl contender. But the Browns, Andrew Berry, may be realizing that this is his last year. It's either win or get fired. Doubling down on, no, we're close to being a Super Bowl contending team. We're not trading Myles Garrett, and here we've proved it. What we mean is, we think we're that close. We just locked up Myles Garrett, restructured Deshaun Watson's contract, got the second overall pick in the draft, and we're going to contend this year. That's what you have to say if you're trying to keep your job, and you have to hope you find a miracle somehow, some way this coming season. I don't foresee that happening. But the Browns are going to move forward with Myles Garrett. It makes their defense much better with him than without him. But I just don't think it's enough to put them over the top and make them forget a Super Bowl contender, just a AFC North division contender. Because they've never won the AFC North since, its beginning back in, I don't even know what year that began in. The last time the Browns won a division was the late 80s, and it was the AFC Central. All right, I'm rambling now. So Myles Garrett is staying. Money beats winning 99 times out of 100 in professional sports.